From Denver, Colorado, we have another great game for you today. Thanks for joining us. These two teams are ready to go, and it should be a great one as the Texans get set to take on the Broncos. Welcome to the game. Al Michaels and John Madden here, broadcasting live. So pull up a chair and relax because this is going to be a good one.
You talk about a quarterback who can lead his team to victory. This guy has all the tools you look for. Great arm, pocket presence, and the ability to hit a receiver anywhere on the field. There's not too many like this guy, and we could see him put up big numbers in this one.
Corey Bradford makes a great target for him every game. I think most people in the league like to think that he's deceptively fast. That allows him to sneak past the defense for big gains. And whether or not he'll be able to against this defense is something we'll be paying a lot of attention to.
And you can tell that defense is fired up and ready to go. I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer.
A much anticipated game ready to begin as we're lined up for the kickoff.
Number 4
will be kicking off.
To start the game.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. From the 6. The offense is heading out onto the field for their first drive of the game. Our EA Sports Coach Close-Up features two very unique coaches. Dom Capers is back to guide the Texans through their second year as a franchise. The team last year showed some signs of gelling offensively, and they hope to take the next step now. Pass play here on first down. Under pressure. Throws it. This pass is incomplete. He was able to avoid the sack, but couldn't find a way to get that pass to his receiver.
This defense really likes to keep the pressure on the passer. They bull rush, they speed rush, they blitz from the outside, all in an attempt to create turnover opportunities in the secondary. The offensive line needs to do a better job of holding on their block, giving a little extra time in the pocket that the quarterback needs.
And the blitz confused the pass protection.
This defense is very good at masking what they're trying to do on defense. The guy will show blitz, and he drops into coverage as a guy from the outside blitzes in his play. I'll tell you, that could make it very hard to maintain blocking assignments.
Carr sets up. With the throw. Perfect throw. The 30. And he's tackled at the 34.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look at it. They're in a hole here on third down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
First and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Launches this one to the left. Great throw. Well, he's shaken up after that play, and we'll get you a report from the sideline when we get the information. It's first and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. Gets the toss to the right. Toss goes for about 5.
The ball carrier, 5-yard gain on the play.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 32-yard line.
The Texans using motion. The running back gets about 3.
With the carry, 3-yard gain on the play.
About 2 to go. Ball on the 29-yard line. Going to the left. And he's stop at the 24. John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known.
First and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Bust this grill, D. Snake out. Give it all you got, D. Come on. Sideline to sideline. Come on, D. Up.
1 yard gain by the running back.
On the run, 1 yard gain on the play.
It's second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 24-yard line.
They got nothing. Set.
With the throw. Pass ball's incomplete. He was pressured as the defense forced the issue.
And that's a right decision in that case. Get rid of the ball and take the incomplete.
They come out in a dime package.
Ball on the 24-yard line.
We'll see. Set.
Pressure, and he's brought down in the backfield by Price. Good play call by the defensive coordinator.
He knows exactly how to take advantage of his personnel. He always puts him in position to make big plays out there, whether it's rushing the quarterback or playing in pass coverage downfield.
This is going to be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up, and it sails right, no good. In my mind, a big advantage to this offensive unit with their running game against a defensive unit that has a tough time stopping the run.
Their front seven needs to get more aggressive. They need to get the jump on those offensive tackles and force them to get their inside foot back so they can take off in the middle.
8-yard gain.
46 on the run. Gain of 8 on the play. Second and 2. Ball on the 43-yard line.
Plummer sets up. Pressure coming with the pass. Behind him, and he has it. Nice call going to the air, and that'll move the chain. First and 10. Ball on their own 46. They give it to the halfback. Big opening. Stiff arm. Carries the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards.
The ball carry. Gain of 4 on the play.
That all you got? Back off, DB. Set.
Looking to run it here. Excellent run for a first down.
They brought some extra heat with the blitz, but he was able to find some room and pick up the first.
Gordon. He delivers the forearm. He gets a couple of yards on the carry, but he looks fatigued and is headed for the sideline. About 4 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Set. That's all you.
Drops back. Guns it to the right side. Thrown behind and caught. Big time play by number 81.
You talk about making it look easy out there. He caught that, and he made it look very easy.
At the end of the first quarter, it's knotted up. Denver, 0. Houston, 0. And we're ready to start the second quarter. Only one man back.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
Give it all you got.
Plummer gets set. Tosses it out to the left. Bland came up and shut down the run.
Yeah, they tried to get around the end. He came up from his corner position, and boom, he makes a heck of a tackle.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. Closing in, almost picked off. John, it looked like that was going to be a turnover.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception. But when it got to him, just bounced off his hand.
Get at him, D.
The Texans line up in the quarter defense.
11-yard line.
Dropping back, under pressure, throws it, and it's caught.
And watch how this defense comes up with a big stop. They're backed up in their own end zone trying to keep those guys off the board, and they make a play like that. That's a heck of a defensive play.
Elam comes out, hoping to put points on the scoreboard for the first time. And it's up. The kick sails through. It's good.
Number 4.
Comes in to kick off.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 88.
And it's a short kickoff. From the 11-yard line.
Both teams have played pretty well so far. It's still anyone's game.
Number 37 on the return.
It's 1st and 10.
Come on, partner.
Ball on their own 28.
Get in there, line. Give it all you got. You got him. You got him. Set.
Bradford moves in motion.
28-yard line. 1st and 10.
Tosses it out to the left. You may want to dump that play, John.
You know, that's what this defense will do to you. They're so good in pursuit that if you start trying to go east and west in the backfield, you're in trouble. I'd try and run the ball right at them. That'll negate the speed that these guys have to the outside.
The Texans line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
Drops back, throwing. With the adjustment, he has it. At the 40, there he goes. The 20, high stepping to the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. A remarkable touchdown play.
Yeah, everything seemed to go right on that one. The quarterback had a good pass, the receiver ran the right route, and the defense didn't seem to have any idea what was going on.
The kicker lines up for the point after. And it's on its way. The extra point attempt is good. Big plays make the big scores, and the touchdown drive was a lightning strike taking less than a minute off the game clock.
Yeah, I'm not sure this defense knows what just hit him. Give some credit to the offensive coordinator. He knew just where the soft spot was, and he hit it hard.
Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 22.
Should be a return here. From the 10-yard line. The Broncos will start this drive from the 28-yard line. The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him. Gets the call. Nice pickup on the ground, maybe about 6. It's second down and 4 to go. Clowney sets up. Portis. Gain of a couple on that carry.
On the carry. Gain of 2 on the play.
Right now. Cowboy, give it all you got.
Goes with a short pass to the right side. 4th down now after the incomplete pass.
The intended receiver on the play.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the kick. From the 33. He didn't get anything on that return.
Give credit to the coverage team for not letting them get anywhere.
Matt, the lone back.
Take over at the 34-yard line. First and 10.
4, maybe 5 yards on the counter.
5-yard gain on the play. Second and 5. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Carr sets up. Dropping back, pressure, gets the pass off, right in stride. The 30, the 20, the 10, touchdown, Texans. An amazing play that goes the distance.
I'll tell you, when he got into the open, there wasn't anyone who was going to catch him. It just shows the quick strike ability these guys have. They can put up points from anywhere on the field.
The kicking team heads out onto the field. And it's up. The point after is good. Starting to get into the groove. That's 14 consecutive points.
It sure seems like they've figured out the best way to move the ball against this defense.
Excellent possession there, John, capped off by the touchdown. And right now they've given themselves a little room for error.
The offense seems to have their number out there. They need to rethink their strategy on defense. Maybe blitz a little more, trying to create some additional pressure. They have to find a way to get this offense out of their rhythm.
Brown is just about ready to kick this one away. Short kickoff. From the 13-yard line. Stiff arm. John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 29.
Bulldog under. Set. Hit the ball.
Pressure coming with the throw. A little behind, but he has it. No trouble making that count.
That's what these receivers are always looking for. A soft coverage or a hole in the zone where they can break free and wait for the pass to get there.
The backs are lined up in an I. It's the toss to the left. Nice job picking up enough to convert for the first down. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Bring the pain.
2 minutes left in the quarter. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 39-yard line.
Okay, right. Set. Come on,
Hand it off to the back, into the open. Good moves on that run.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that's good running out there.
They'll head right back to the line.
Let's go. Come on.
Closing in with the pass. Gain of about a yard. They'll go no huddle here.
1 yard gain on the play.
Fire out. Buster's great.
Drops back. Under pressure. Throwing. This one falls incomplete. He just couldn't bring that one in.
I just don't know how you lose focus in a football game. If they're going to get the first here, they'll need their offensive line to maintain their blocks and give the quarterback enough time to make a good throw.
Sideline to sideline.
Portis fakes the handoff with the throw, and the catch is made. They'll mark it at the 20. The coach is having them hurry it up. And he's brought down in the backfield by Long. Following the sack, it's 2nd and long.
Loss on the play.
Dropping back, throws it. Great pass. Plummer put that pass where only his receiver could catch it.
Now, that was a perfect throw. He put just enough air under that pass to lead his receiver to that long connection. It could be time for all those big guys up front to do their thing. If the defense can hold them, they should have some time to get a drive of their own going.
Stay after him.
3rd and 2. All on the 12-yard line.
Hand it off again. Denver calls a timeout. That's their second. Still time left. They don't have very far to go. You could see a run or a pass on first down.
1st and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
Come on, partner. Set.
Hand off to the tailback. They'll go with a play fake. The pass ball's incomplete. Looking for the touchdown on first down, but couldn't get it to his target.
I think this is where you bring in one of the 2 tight ends. Heck, maybe even 3, and you try and find one of them open for the score.
So it's 2nd and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line. They'll go from the I formation. Gets the call. Throws to the end zone. That one won't count since he was out of bounds.
I'm not sure what happened there. That throw just got away from him a little bit.
3rd and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line.
We'll see. Set.
Drops back. Pressure. Flings it to the outside. He hits his receiver. A display of great hands on that catch.
That receiver has all the tools.
This will be from about 20 yards out.
For the field goal.
And it's on its way, and so that kick is good. Another one that goes through, his 2nd of the day.
Number 4.
In to kick this one off.
Number 88 back to return.
And this one's a short kickoff. From the 12.
Sideline, D. Set.
1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line.
Hands it off to the back. It's the end of the second quarter with the score. Houston 14. Denver 6.
Denver
Welcome back as we get the second half underway. And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. It's on its way. From the 10. Loses one tackle. Look at that power.
Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
First and 10. Ball on their own 19.
Catch the ball, man. Set.
Man in motion.
Drop back, drop. Yep.
On the carry. Good gain of about 7 on that play. It's second down, 2 to go. Ball on their own 27. Portis barely gets enough. They ran the counter and got just what they needed to convert.
The offensive line did a good job of selling that play, opening up just enough room for him to get past the first down marker.
Get in there. Is that all you got? Set.
On the call. About a 2-yard gain here. Plummer gets set. Hand off to the tailback. They'll mark it at the 33. Now let's have a look at what our runners have done up to this point. They need 7.
You got it, you got it. You got it.
Pressure coming. Looking for the long completion down the left side. Thought he had something deep, but couldn't get that one to the receiver. Fourth down. Number 4 lines up in the backfield for the punt. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
Hey, no reason to take a chance and risk a fumble. Smart move there by the returner.
Bulldog under. Stay guys.
The backs are lined up in an I. Carr with a man in motion.
Take him out.
Back. Gets the call, picks up 4, maybe 5 there.
5-yard gain on the play.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
On the 32-yard line.
Bust his grill, D. Snake eyes. Hold that right.
Carr sends a man in motion.
Sideline to sideline.
Closing in with the throw. The defense has it. He got way up there to make the pick.
I'll tell you, these interceptions are all about timing, and he timed that jump perfectly.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on the 28-yard line. Portis lines up behind his fullback in the I.
First and 10.
Crosses it left. Portis couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole, but he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Set.
A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
On the run, gain of 2 on the play.
They come out of the nickel.
3rd and 8. Ball on the 25-yard line.
Got. Set. Hit him low. Take him out. Get in there.
Rolling. And he makes the grab.
Here's the thing. You have to realize that in this league, if you're going to make a catch, somebody's going to be there and try and knock it out of you. This time he does a great job of absorbing the hit and still making the catch.
Bulldog under. Set.
1st and 10.
Hand off to the tailback. A lot of room to work with. 9-yard gain. Within scoring distance. They line up in the I formation.
2nd and 1. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Ported. And he picks up just enough for the first. So he works his way past the marker for a first down. Toss play to the right. So he picks up a couple of yards, but he's exhausted and headed for the sideline. Second and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line. 7th play of this drive. Plummer with a man in motion. Gets the call. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Ball carry. Gain of 2 on the play. Third and goal. Ball on the 1-yard line.
Gets the toss to the left. They'll go with the run once again. Touchdown, Broncos. Great rushing touchdown there.
He tucked that ball away, lowered his head, and boom, end zone.
So they'll try to get the 2 here.
Get at me, D. Set. Ain't got nothing.
Hand it off. Tied up. And a perfect play to get him in for 2. As we take a look at his success returning kicks, we get ready for the kickoff. Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 37.
And it's a short kickoff. From the 12.
This one hasn't been decided yet. Each of these teams have played fairly well on both sides of the ball. So I could see this one getting decided by whoever has the last possession.
1st and 10.
We'll see. We got nothing. Now, don't go. Set. Wow. He can left.
Loses one tackle. Keeps his feet moving. Just about 7 yards on that carry.
7-yard gain on the play.
They line up in the I formation. The Texans using motion. Under pressure with the pass, and the catch is made. Carr flung that pass in there.
There it is. He got it in there in a hurry, and they pick up enough for a first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Here comes the heat. Set.
Man in motion. We've got a good one going here as we head to the fourth quarter, and it's all tied up. Denver, 14. Houston, 14. The teams are set for the fourth quarter of play. Matt lines up behind his fullback in the eye. Batted down.
Here's what you do. You start pushing, and if you don't get to him and you see him start to throw, you stop and you get your hands up. And that's what gets you in those passing lanes, and that's how you knock the ball down.
Second and 10.
Snake out. Come on, set.
Using motion.
Bulldog under.
Matt. A yard, maybe two on the count.
Gain of 2 on the play.
The quarterback lines up with two backs behind him.
On the 39-yard line.
Snake out.
Carr sets up. Man in motion. Dropping back. Pressure. Stepping up. Gets the pass off. Powering it. He made the reception but couldn't find a way to get past the marker.
When it's third down, you need to make sure that you move the ball past the marker somehow. You got to think that anything less is a bad play or bad execution.
O'Neal looks like he's ready for the return. Here's the catch. He's waving for the fair catch. Into the end zone, touchback. Throwing on first down. Pressure coming, throwing. He finds his man. Caffrey beat the coverage on that pass.
Soft hands like that are hard to find. This guy looks like he's a keeper.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 21-yard line.
Carries the ball for 3, maybe 4 yards. So let's take a look at how this back compares to the opposition. It's third down and 4 to go. Ball on their own 26. Houston comes out with 7 in the second half. He has to go.
Right here is how he can hurt you. They get him in a third down situation. And if they can give him a lane to run through, he's going to take it. And right there, he takes it for a big first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Throws it. Puts it on the ground. The Texans had tried to do too much and ends up turning it over. Following the turnover now, it's first and 10. Matt lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
On the 30-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Closing in. The defense has it. Can't bring him down. What a stiff one. The defender was all over that one.
He just stepped in front of that one. He saw his opportunity, and boom, he took it.
Following the interception, it's now first and 10. Gordon in the backfield. Gets the call. Just about a yard on the run.
First and 10.
Take him out.
They give it to the halfback. Breaks free. Pulls him over. He showed some nice moves on that run.
That guy has great acceleration and allows him to stop at a dime and change direction.
First and 10. Ball on their own 43.
We'll see.
Again with the carry. The 50. So on the blitz, they can't get to the ball carrier until it's too late.
And when you're blitzing to stop the run, the idea is bringing more guys than the offense can block. You also got to cut off the lanes and gaps that he can use to escape out of the backfield. That just didn't happen here.
Get in there, Lon. Stay after him. Ain't got nothing.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Again, he'll get the call. Decent gain there, but he's going to head to the sideline for a blow.
Gain of 8 on the play. Second and 3. Ball on the 36-yard line.
You got
2 minutes to go. Second and 3 coming up here. Ball on the 36-yard line.
set. We got knocked.
Dropping back, under pressure. He's taken down in the backfield by one. Third and long. Ball on the 43-yard line. Gets the pass off. Incomplete. Stevens had a hand up and tipped that pass away.
That's just the kind of play they've come to expect from him. He always seems to make the big play just when they need him to. It looks like it's all about defense now. If they want to see overtime, they'll need to step it up. A deep punt here could pin him, and sometimes that can be your best defense.
Number 4 will come into this game to punt. Here's the punt. Fair catch called for. How much they get on this first down play could very well determine what happens for the rest of the series.
Right, because if they don't get anything here, suddenly it's second and long, and they might think about running clock off. But if they get good yards, then they might go into a no-huddle and see what happens.
Hand it off to the back. 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry. They need 6. Ball on their own 22. Throws it. The pass ball's incomplete. Overthrown, leading to an incompletion.
He looks a little jumpy back there. One thing you never want to do is look at the rush. You want to keep your eyes downfield. If you start looking at the rush, then you can never be effective.
All right, so here's an interesting call now for the coach on third down. If he goes to the air and it's incomplete, then the clock will stop and they'll have to punt. And the other team is going to wind up with pretty good field position.
The flip side is if you keep it on the ground and run the time down, it might be harder to get the first. And that's why the head coach is a head coach.
So they'll get ready to punt and leave it to their defense to finish the game and get them the win. So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the kick. Fair catch.
That was a smart thing to do with the coverage team closing in for a big hit.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 39. Plummer gets set. Dropping back to pass on the first down. He's on the run. He's taken down at the 50-yard line.
You know what this does? It keeps one defense on the field, and it doesn't let them get the right personnel in there sometimes.
Pressure. And he stopped at the 47-yard line. Denver will call a timeout here. They have one timeout remaining.
They need to focus on getting the first. They don't want to face a third down, and they definitely don't want to punt. They got to keep possession and not give the other team a chance to win in the final minute.
Pressure coming with the pass. This one falls incomplete. Well, the quarterback did his part.
There's just no excuse for that. He's getting paid a lot of money to make those catches.
They need to come through here on third down. They need 7. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Poke out right. They got nothing. Set.
Throwing. Perfect throw. The Texans call a timeout. They have 2 timeouts left. They'll move the sticks with that completion.
I'll tell you, he put that one right on the money. They're just out there playing a little pitch and catch.
They're in field goal range now. Do they take a shot at the end zone or just play it safe and run it?
They have enough time to throw one. It all depends on your confidence in your kicker. If you think he can make it from here on in, then you can just run it and give him a chance to prove you're right.
He's at the 20. Keeps his feet moving. Touchdown, Denver.
You have to take another look at this one. He goes one way, then the other, then back the other way. And the defender's falling down. He put on some great moves, and that's what got him to score.
Elam comes in for the extra point. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. Well, John, these teams are very evenly matched.
This makes for a better game, I think. The strategy of the game comes into play here more.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. They'll return this one. From the 8-yard line. The defense did a great job on the last series, forcing the offense to go 3 and out. The quarterback trying to get his team closer here on first down.
And it's every quarterback's dream to drive his team down and throw the touchdown that brings him back. I'll tell you, he wants nothing more than to do that right here.
Carr sends a man in motion, dropping back to pass on first down. With the throw, not much touch on that pass.
He may have tried to put a little too much oomph on that throw.
Second down now, and they have to get closer to the end zone.
Second and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Man in motion. Drops back with the pass. Oh, he makes the catch anyway.
Time is a factor, but I think they could still use the middle of the field.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 35. Pass play here on first down. It's rid of it. Almost got it. So he dropped it and a chance to end the drive.
Here's the key. He was looking at the quarterback the whole way. And when he let it go, he was all over it. He just didn't come up with it. You got to think they'll be going with something in the air here, conserving time while moving downfield for the score.
Looking for a receiver with the throw. Right on the mark there to move the chains.
And the thing is, the secondary looked a little on their heels on that one. They just couldn't converge on the ball in time, and now they get a whole new set of downs.
Spike stops the clock.
They need that touchdown, so I'd expect them to keep passing here.
It's second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 47-yard line. Dropping back. Steps up. Gets rid of it. Down he goes at the 38-yard line. The Texans line up in the shotgun.
On the 38-yard line.
Man in motion. Steps up into the pocket with the throw. That incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
The intended receiver on the play.
Drops back, closing in, looking for the deep pass down the right side. He's trying to get them back to the line. And the clock runs out. The final score is Denver 21, Houston 14. This is Al Michaels with John Madden saying goodbye for EA Sports. A former Miami Hurricane wins the Horse Trailer Player of the Game award.